Hello and welcome to Swish Appeal News. I'm Kelly Stewart. The 2017 WNBA regular season tips off tomorrow, but the preseason has given us an exciting glimpse of what's to come. It all started back on April 29th when the Dallas Wings headed south to take on in-state Western Conference opponent, the San Antonio Stars, and this year's #1 overall pick in Kelsey Plum. Although key players on both sides were sidelined in that game, Mariah Jefferson for the Stars and Skylar Diggins for the Wings, there were still 5 top 10 draft picks from this year's 2017 class between the two teams. Not bad. As for the left-handed rookie, Plum dropped 19 points to go with 5 assists and no turnovers in just under 30 minutes of play. Not far behind was fellow rookie and #5 overall pick Nia Coffey, who came off the bench to add 17 on 6 of 10 shooting in just under 20 minutes and helped San Antonio to the 87-81 win. Heading north, let's talk about one of the veterans to the league. Elena Delle Donne squared off against her former head coach, Pokey Chatman, as the Washington Mystics took on the Indiana Fever in Indianapolis. Delle Donne scored 12 points in just 17 minutes for her Mystics debut, and Washington cruised to the 87-67 win. Moving on, check out the defending champs and preseason favorite, the LA Sparks. Although they dropped 2 of 3 games in the preseason, Los Angeles still sits atop the AP preseason poll. The Sparks have an extremely strong and experienced front court core in Candace Parker and Nneka Ogwumike. And even though losing Kristi Tolliver to the Mystics does hurt, former Dallas Wing Odyssey Sims isn't a bad replacement by any means. Right behind LA in that preseason poll, however, is none other than the Minnesota Lynx. After a heartbreaking end in 2016 with the loss in Game 5 of the finals to the Sparks, the Lynx didn't make many roster changes in the offseason and have a very experienced starting 5 returning in Lindsay Whalen, Simone Augustus, Maya Moore, Rebecca Brunson, and Sylvia Fowles. All things said, this should make for an interesting and exciting regular season. Finally, a new season brings new faces to different teams, but that's not limited to just players. After being let go by the Chicago Sky in October, Pokey Chatman, as mentioned earlier, was hired as the 6th head coach of the Indiana Fever, replacing Stephanie White, who left in May of 2016 to take the head coaching job at Vanderbilt. Our very own Brittany Fowler caught up with Chatman regarding the nature of the coaching business.
You're disappointed, but by the same token, I think it's the yin and yang of like you're disappointed because you don't ultimately control that, but then you balance it off with, you finish 3rd, lose to the eventual champs. Maybe that helped a little bit, and I get it. It's the nature of our sport, high risk, high reward. Some things don't make sense, so you just make a move and go try to make some magic somewhere else.
All right, thank you, Brittany. That's all for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow Swish Appeal on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat for the latest in women's basketball. Have a good day, everyone.